What if the biggest names in music were hiding secrets darker than anyone imagined? This is not just a trial. It's a harrowing glimpse behind the curtain of fame, power, and danger. When Albi Shore took the stand, the courtroom's atmosphere shifted instantly. He wasn't just a witness. He was a man who claimed to have been targeted for knowing too much. His testimony exposed warnings from Kim Porter before her mysterious death, hinting at hidden dangers lurking within Diddy's inner circle. Albi Shore's unexpected testimony. When Albi Shore took the stand, the courtroom's atmosphere shifted instantly. He wasn't just another witness, he was a man who claimed to have been targeted for knowing too much. His voice carried the weight of years filled with fear and suspicion, revealing warnings from Kim Porter before her mysterious death. Al spoke of a woman full of life, now reduced to whispers and sealed autopsy reports, whose final days were marked by fear and paranoia. He described how Kim warned him, "You're too trusting. If you keep being this open with everyone, you're going to get hurt or worse." At the time, he didn't fully understand, but now, under oath, his words resonated with a chilling clarity. Al openly shared how Kim confided in him about being watched, her phone tapped, and an ever-present sense of danger looming around her. His testimony included details about a secret notebook she kept, filled with names, dates, and explosive information that threatened powerful people. After her death, Al revealed how anyone trying to access her personal belongings found everything gone, scrubbed clean as if someone knew exactly what to look for. The fear Al expressed wasn't just speculation. He recounted being subpoenaed and initially wanting to stay silent out of terror. But he realized that his silence would serve as the real death sentence. So, he stepped into the courtroom knowing he was putting himself at risk to honor Kim's warnings and seek the truth. His words carried the heavy weight of someone who had nearly lost his life, having experienced a sudden, unexplained coma with multi-organ failure that left doctors baffled. Al didn't just speak of past horrors, he revealed how attempts to silence him continued with surveillance, threats, and even attempts to bribe him into retracting his claims. This testimony was more than just accusations. It was a haunting insight into a world where power shadows the truth, and those closest to the spotlight might pay the highest price. The courtroom fell silent as Albi Shore's revelations opened a new chapter of suspicion and danger, challenging everyone to reconsider what they thought they knew. Mysterious circumstances around Kim Porter's death. Albi Shore revealed chilling details about Kim Porter's fear for her life, and the mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. According to Al, Kim had confided in him that she was being watched constantly, that her phone calls were tapped, and that someone was always near her home. She kept a detailed notebook, possibly a diary, containing names, dates, and locations that pointed to dangerous secrets. Kim's death was said to be due to pneumonia, but Al's testimony challenged this narrative. He described bloodstains found on her pillowcase, and a trail leading from her bed to the bathroom floor, contradicting the official account of her being found peacefully in bed. Al also disclosed that Kim had called 911 early in the morning, hours before she was officially found unresponsive. This raised serious questions about the delayed response and the circumstances of her passing. When Al requested access to Kim's autopsy report, he was met with secrecy and refusal, with records mysteriously sealed without explanation. Adding to the suspicion, Kim's personal belongings, including her phone, laptop, and notebooks were quickly removed from her home after her death, as if someone wanted to erase any evidence of what she might have uncovered. Al recalled a voicemail played in court, in which Kim expressed fear and warned to tell the truth, painting a portrait of a woman who knew she was in grave danger. This testimony introduced a haunting new layer to a story that many had accepted at face value, hinting that there was a lot more hidden beneath the surface of Kim's tragic death. Albi Shore's near-death medical crisis. In 2022, Albi Shore experienced a sudden and baffling medical emergency one that nearly ended his life. Healthy and without warning signs, he collapsed and was rushed to the hospital with multi-organ failure. Doctors were stunned as his liver and kidneys shut down rapidly, an event they could not explain. Al recounted how he flatlined twice, falling into a medically induced coma for over 2 months. This wasn't just a health scare. Al believes it was an attack. He revealed how just weeks before his collapse, he had been preparing to share explosive information about Kim Porter and her fears regarding those around Diddy. The interview he planned never saw the light of day, and shortly after, he was struck down. Toxicology reports showed substances in his blood that didn't match anything prescribed or taken voluntarily. Al suspects poisoning, but police never investigated further. After waking, he faced a reality filled with unanswered questions, suspicious incidents at his home, and an eerie sense of being targeted. This experience, coupled with threats and surveillance, paints a chilling picture of a man silenced temporarily but determined to speak out. His near-death crisis isn't just a medical mystery. It's part of a larger web of danger connected to the secrets he vowed to reveal. Al's story forces us to question what really happened behind the scenes, and whether fear and power can reach into the very lives of those trying to uncover the truth. Surveillance threats, and an offer to keep quiet. Al described relentless surveillance, tampered brakes, and anonymous threats warning him to stop digging. He revealed how his home Wi-Fi was inexplicably disabled for days, and his tires were slashed. On one occasion, he caught a man trying to access his building, who ran off when confronted. These were no coincidences. They all felt like clear warnings. Al also shared how, in early 2023, he began receiving anonymous texts telling him to stay out of it. Messages urged him not to speak unless he wanted the same outcome as Kim Porter. At first, he thought it was spam, until the brakes on his car mysteriously failed during a high-speed drive. The danger became painfully real. Court records show Al filed 2 police reports on these incidents, but both were dismissed for lack of evidence. Adding another layer to this shocking story, Al revealed that a former Bad Boy Records employee, unnamed in court, contacted him through a third party with a tempting offer. That person tried to pay him $500,000 to publicly retract his statements about Kim's death and say he had no concerns. But Al refused, explaining, "I couldn't live with myself," he said. "She meant too much. And my son deserves the truth about what happened to his mother." His refusal to stay silent, despite threats and intimidation, showed the extraordinary risks involved in exposing dangerous secrets. This chapter of the trial exposed a shadowy world where power protects itself through fear and control. The message was clear: silence is bought, threats are real, and the truth can be deadly. Unreleased recordings and hidden memoirs. According to Al, Kim recorded countless tapes and kept a memoir exposing dark truths about the music industry and Diddy himself. But after her death, these crucial pieces vanished, erased by unknown hands, perhaps to keep silent a story too dangerous to tell. She didn't trust digital devices, so she used an old-school tape recorder, capturing conversations, phone calls, and moments others wanted hidden. Al described hearing about hours of these recordings, tapes that could reveal manipulation, threats, and secrets that no one dared speak aloud. Despite knowing their importance, the tapes, her journals, her hard drives, all disappeared after Kim died. When Al asked the family about her safe deposit box, they said it was empty, a chilling sign that someone acted fast, someone powerful wanting to erase every trace. Beyond the tapes, Kim had been quietly writing a memoir for years, a manuscript detailing her experiences, not just as a celebrity or Diddy's partner, but exposing the darker side of the industry, the control, the violence, and the survival strategies she had to adopt. She planned to release it under a pseudonym through a European publisher, carefully hiding the truth while protecting her children. Al shared that he'd seen fragments of the chapters, including revelations about dark room parties and violent outbursts, things the public never heard about before. This unpublished manuscript wasn't just her story, it was a powerful testimony ready to disrupt powerful men and rewritten histories. The loss of these recordings and writings leaves a void, sparking endless questions about what was lost and who was behind the erasure. Al's testimony made it clear, these hidden works weren't just memories. They were lifelines, meant to expose secrets buried too deep, but now vanished, leaving only echoes and mysteries behind. Suspicious pattern of sudden deaths. Al connected disturbing dots between Kim's death and sudden passes of those close to Diddy, including music legends, who were also working on revealing memoirs. These coincidental tragedies raise hard questions about what really happens to those who threaten powerful men. Andre Harrell, Diddy's mentor, reportedly died of a heart attack in 2020. He had been in the process of finishing a memoir. Al recalls their last conversation, where Andre promised to put the truth in it. Then, there was Heavy D, another figure from the Uptown Records era, who died unexpectedly of heart failure in 2011. Heavy D had just started writing and had contacted Al for a publisher. Al pointed out that all these individuals shared one grim connection. They knew Diddy intimately, and were all working to expose truths about him and the industry, but they died before they could finish their stories. Al asked the jury directly, "You tell me that's a coincidence?" The pattern of these sudden deaths has never been fully explained and adds a dark layer to the ongoing case. It suggests a chilling possibility that those who get too close to the truth risk being silenced permanently. These deaths are not isolated incidents but part of a larger, more sinister narrative, raising the stakes of the trial beyond just a celebrity scandal. The courtroom was left grappling with the haunting question of who else might be at risk, and what lengths those in power might go to keep their secrets buried. Voicemails and warnings from the grave. In a haunting voicemail played in court, Kim pleaded for the truth to be told and warned Al to watch his back. Her voice was calm but trembling, revealing a deep fear that went beyond ordinary worries. "Hey, it's me. I don't want to text this, so I'm just calling. Something doesn't feel right lately. If something happens, you need to tell the truth. Don't let them write my ending." She said these words weren't just a message, they were a desperate plea from a woman trapped by unseen dangers. Kim knew she was being watched, manipulated, even threatened, but she held on to hope that someone would carry her story forward. Al described how Kim's phones were tapped and her home was full of cameras she never installed. She found a recording device hidden in her child's stuffed toy, a chilling proof that no place felt safe anymore. Yet despite all this, Kim never stopped fighting to protect her family and expose the truth. This voicemail changed the mood in the courtroom. Members of the jury looked shaken, some even wiping away tears witnessing a truth kept in silence for too long. The defense tried to downplay the message, suggesting it could be interpreted multiple ways, but the emotional impact was undeniable. It revealed a woman desperate to break free from the shadows enveloping her life. This wasn't just about fear, it was a warning, a call to action. Kim's voice from the grave forced everyone to confront uncomfortable questions about the real story behind her death, and for Al, it reinforced his commitment to make sure the truth would not be buried alongside her. Her voicemail echoed in that courtroom, reminding everyone that some warnings come too late, but their echoes never die. The fight for truth amid shadows and secrets. Albi Shore stood before the courtroom, not just as a witness, but as a man fighting to bring light to a darkness that has long been hidden, surrounded by shadowy threats and erased evidence. Every word he spoke revealed layers of secrecy and manipulation, painting a picture of a world where truth is dangerous and silence is deadly. He recounted how Kim Porter lived in fear, where every call seemed tapped, every step watched, and betrayal lurked around every corner. Her desperate efforts to expose the truth, through secret recordings and a hidden memoir, were cut short by her sudden death, and the disappearance of these vital pieces only deepened the mystery. Al's own near-fatal collapse was not just a medical crisis, but, he believes, a targeted attempt to silence him, proving that the danger was real and ongoing. He faced threats, surveillance, and offers to buy his silence, but his resolve never wavered, driven by the need to protect Kim's legacy and seek justice for her son. What emerged from his testimony was more than a story about celebrity or scandal. It was a chilling glimpse into a world where power protects its secrets through fear and control. The trial now holds the potential to unravel those carefully woven shadows, shining a light that could finally end years of silence and deception. As the courtroom listens and the world watches, this fight for truth becomes a battle against the forces that silence voices and bury stories forever. In revealing these secrets, Albi Shore reminds us all that sometimes, courage is the only weapon against shadows, and speaking out can be the key to breaking free from the silence that binds us. This trial isn't just about one celebrity's past. It's about unmasking a dangerous silence that's claimed lives and shattered trust. What we see here might only be the beginning of a reckoning long overdue, a reminder that sometimes, truth is the most powerful song of all. Albi Shore's testimony exposed a web of secrets, manipulation, and threats that reach far beyond the headlines. From Kim Porter's mysterious death, to the chilling warning she gave, to Al's own near-fatal medical crisis, the evidence points to a story carefully buried by those in power. Surrounded by shadowed threats and erased evidence, Al's vow to end this silence gives hope to those seeking justice. As the courtroom emptied, whispered conversations echoed about what was just revealed, making it clear this is no ordinary trial. The stakes are higher, the players darker, and the implications more far-reaching than anyone expected. Ultimately, this isn't just a story about music or fame. It's a struggle for truth in a world where silence can be deadly. And as viewers, we are left wondering what other secrets lie hidden beneath the glittering surface, waiting to be uncovered.